Gear down. So as you can see, the flaps are running for 20. Here come the gear up. Sweet view. There we go. How are you all? Welcome. Thanks for joining us on this Flamenx Flight Sim Videos One Pilot Flogging is where I ran the world one front at the time. My name's Im and I'm your captain for today. This is a remake of a flight that I did a few days ago. It really wasn't good, didn't capture the sound properly. Hopefully you can hear it amazingly well right now. So I'm just running through my own pre-flights. I do. Oh, looks good. I had to reboot because of the gate that I was on, and helps if you take the yoke off, if you actually put it all back to where it belongs. Yeah, I had to reboot because of where I tried to start from and not being able to make it work. And I've lost GSX. So we're just going to position off the stand. Not quite, I don't think this is a self-manoeuvring stand, but I won't tell if you won't. So the winds are still pretty much what they were when we left a few days ago. So 36 Charlie is our runway of choice today on a Woody 1 departure. I think I said Woody 3 last time around, but it's a Woody 1. Book a Souls tour, Iron Maiden still on board. And this is the penultimate flight. So off to Paris, Charles de Gaulle, and then from there it's East Midlands. So the motion graphics that you see are chase plane. Every time I start it up, it seems to be a new experimental update. You know, can't complain. It works quite well at the moment. I've got myself an Xbox controller. I say it's Xbox, it's actually an aftermarket export Xbox. So I have actually clarified some stuff about the VNAV arrival stuff last video. You must have missed it because I think I cut it out. Just the plane descended at 253 knots. And I think it's because I'm not setting up the VNAV descent page properly. So we're going to look at that in flight today. We're just going to go for it.
On runway 36, center.
Let's go.
Knots.
V1.
Rotate. V2. Positive rate of climb.
Gear up. We're away. So 500 feet, we'll start the turn. Around she goes. Climbing for 1500 feet where we'll start to retract the flaps and climb power will kick in. We can start to level off at that point. So here's 1,500 feet. That's 5. That's 1. A bit slow getting round, aren't we? Laps up. Centre in command. No, it should be a 220 knots that it's got to hold on the turn. There is no air traffic today, no VATSIM or anything, although we are powered by green tea with salted caramel. Transition. Cheers to you. Glad I checked that. I got caught out by that disco last time around. Ten 10,000 feet, land lights off. I'm going to gauge VNAV now. Get the seatbelts off. Just programming the arrival. Because it should be a Matic 6 Echo. Whoops. Beautiful. We're climbing on VNAV, and the cost index is 53, which is what I found on Twitter. I found that from one of the British Airways 747 pilots that I follow, and he reliably informs me it was 53. Not going to name any names. So what I found was, because I wasn't doing anything with the VNAV page for descent, the econ page, it turns out, is set to whatever your cost index is. And with the cost index of 53, that was giving me an econ page of 253 knots. So we'd hit the top of descent, and down we'd go at 253 knots, which is nice and slow, and it's taking forever. So it turns out you've actually got to set up your descent page. So what you really want is a /300 or 280. So I'm going to split the difference and say /290. And that will give us, on the VNAV, 290 knots. Hopefully. So the forecast is, it wouldn't go in today for some reason, even though I've got the flight plan set. So I've set the transition level. Let's try again now we're in the air. That's better. Let's head on outside. That's the only thing I don't like at the moment, is that tilt is on a button. And because it's on a button, it's quite abrupt. I need to try and work out how to tame it. One to go. Oh, enough of that. That was just too much fun. On the arrival, it's an 8 right. Standard ILS off of vectors. And the wind in Paris is 0503 at 3 knots, Cavo K, temperature 10, dew point 6, QNH is 1021, and remark is no significant weather. Works for me. Where's the top of descent? There it is. Just under 40 miles away. So what we're hoping to happen is the nose will pitch down and this thing here will jump to 290. Or the equivalent Mach number. But I didn't tell it what the Mach number was, so I'm guessing it's not going to look for the Mach number, it's just going to go straight for 300. Which is fine at 33,000 feet. Because we're only doing 278 knots. And your window's like, what, 328? But if we was higher, and the flight envelope, let's assume that's the flight envelope, was lower, you're at risk of overspeeding. So I need to find out what the Mach number is for the indicated airspeed of 300. And it is on Twitter that I've found. Having a brief conversation. Again, a very, very helpful pilot. And it is fascinating actually watching the pilots when they have a conversation between themselves about something extremely technical. I think it's auto brake 4 for 8 right. It's not the longest runway, and I'm bound to we've got 1200 meters of margin. I'm bound to land long. I did the other day. So, moment of truth. It's commanded 290. Look at that. I'm really pleased with that. Although I think this little green dot here is 280. Yeah, see, now we're gonna. That's fine. Here we go. 280 knots. And we're still in VNAV. Now it's got itself confused. Come on, Treacle, it wasn't that hard. So as you can see, we're actually too high because it faffed around a little bit trying to sort the speed out. So I'm going to deploy the speed brake, which in theory should make the aircraft pitch down more. There you go, it's slowly coming back. Loads of speed brake, and it should pitch back up again. So as you can see, we've got some green rings here. These are range rings. And what I've done in the FMC on the fixed page is I've put LFPG and then put in a distance of 20 miles and 7 miles. Bearings have been put in by the FMC, and basically what I've done that is because when you look at the star, 20 miles is about the right point to come in on the ILS. So I'm going to kind of use it sort of this point here to then make my turn to pick up the ILS. So it's kind of just an idea really, and then 7 miles is just a visual reminder, if I haven't already, to make sure that I have slowed down sufficient and that I'm in a pretty much a good place to get the gear down. Just literally for reminders really. So as you can see, it's all coming down quite nicely. Still maintaining roughly 280 knots. And more importantly, this diamond here is exactly where we want it to be. We're following the vertical profile nicely. A decent rate of descent as well, that's important I think. Okay, so we've got some cloud cover now, and the outside temperature is, well, total air temperature is +0, and the saturated air temperature is now -16, so we'll just keep an eye on it. I'm sure it'll be fine. The speed's slightly creeping up. So as you can see, we are tank to engine. This tank for this one, this tank for this one, and this one. So they kind of share the fuel together, and this one's feeding this one. That's because all the fuel in the tanks is pretty much equal. If it was above a certain amount or uneven, you would have it configured slightly differently. Pretty sure I tell you that every time we go flying lately. There you go, 240 knots has been commanded by the aircraft, and it's throttled back to idle, almost. So there we are, actually in the cloud for the first time. It's +11, so I'm not going to worry about icing. 10,000 feet lights on. Should turn the tax lights off, never mind. Yeah, it's actually calling for drag, so we'll give it some. Probably a bit late on the drag, never mind. Arm the speed brake. Now we've actually got vectors, so it doesn't matter too much if we're not quite at right altitude when we want to be. So there you go, 220 knots. Well, thereabouts. So once 5 or above, and when you look at the chart for 8 right, you stay at 5,000 feet let's say right. Yeah, so 5,000 feet for 16.2 PGS. And that's on 1175. So interesting enough, when you look at this screen here, it says DSE. And at DSE, we want to be 14.1 miles away. Wait, isn't that what we said for the RNAV? Typical. So there we go, we're on vectors now. We're just going to stay out here. And then we'll follow this ring round and pick up the ILS. So we'll take it out of LNAV and go for head and select. And I'll take the speed window as well. So around we go. Start to slow it down. That's one. One to go, but I'm the localizer. Just checking to see what this green dot here is. 195, but we'll be down to 185 by the time we get around there. But once that dot hits that white arc, that's when we'll start to turn in. So the idea of going this way rather than going this way, and actually going sort of more of, it's not quite 90 degrees, but sort of that 90 degree is when we can get to here. We can actually have a shallower turn for this point here, which makes it a bit easier to capture the ILS. Or localizer, I guess. So that's now on there, so we're going to slow down again. Go flaps 5. Start to tip it in. Flaps 5. So there's the localizer. So we should intercept the localizer when this number here is down to 14. So that's 6 miles to run. See, the glide slope's live. So, as you can see, we've started our descent. And I'm basically waiting for 2,000 feet on the rad out. I think what we'll do is we'll step outside and watch the gear come down. Because we can. There's 2,000 feet. I'm going to select 140. Flaps 20, step outside, gear down. So as you can see, the flaps are running for 20. Here come the gear. Sweet view. There we go. Flaps 25. Flaps 30. Landing checklist. Gear is down. Flaps are running to 30. Green light. And landing lights are on. Oh, why did I have to touch the speed brakes? There we go. I have control.
Approaching 08 right.
Approaching minimums. Minimums.
Landing.
$50, $30, $20, $10.
Long landing. Long landing.
Manual braking. Quite pleased with that. Bit long, never mind. I guess I never armed the doors before departure. Naughty boy. And I think that's where we'll leave it, guys. I don't suppose you need to follow me all the way down there just to find a gate. So thank you very much for tuning in today. I hope you found this video, I was going to say fun, but I'm pretty tired, so I'm guessing it's not fun. Entertaining could be a better word for it. Maybe you learnt something, I don't know. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And just leave me a comment. Just say what's up. Thank you all very much. My name's Liam. You've been watching the Flymanx Flight Sim videos. One guy flogging his way around the world, one flight at a time. Thank you, and goodbye.